Hurry up.
You cannot rush greatness.
I can when I only have so much time on this disc.
This is true. Hey, what's good, guys? This is Chris from WearTesters.com. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we are taking a detailed look at these guys right here. This is the Puma Sky Dreamer. Super tall. But before we do that, I did want to give a big shout out to everybody over at the Hoopery. And that's where this is from. This is awesome. This hoodie right here is part of their Legends Never Die collection, and they re-released the collection because of the untimely passing of Kobe Bryant. And this particular hoodie right here obviously pays homage to Gigi and to Kobe right here. All proceeds from the collection actually go to Mamba on 3, which is awesome. They've already raised over $10,000 and donated it, which is incredible. So if you wanted to participate and show your support while also getting some cool gear, we'll leave a link in the description box. This stuff is only available for 8 days. So March 2nd is your last day, I believe, to grab all this stuff. So you do have a little bit of time, but don't waste too much time, because if you're like me, you'll forget about it and then you're screwed. But anyway, these guys right here, these are a trip, man. There's something about Puma basketball right now. Well, they're back, for one. Okay, so that's one thing. Two, I really enjoyed playing in, what was the first one? The Disruptor or Disrupt? The Clyde Court?
Yeah, it was just the Clyde Court. The Disrupt was the
colorway. This is the Dreamer colorway, because I think the shoe model is just called the Puma Sky. Hence the... They really have to work on the name though, man, because that's mad confusing. I keep telling you guys this. You guys got to be just as confused as I am, right? Like, it can't just be me. I'm not the only dumbass in the room, right? But what I've been loving that Puma has been doing is they have been really doing just like a great job at blending old school and new school style construction and visuals. That's the main thing, because when you have a lot of these new school ways of constructing shoes, which are very flat, one-dimensional, you know what I mean? There's not a lot of layers. Everything starts to blend in together. Everything starts to look the same. And even though they've been doing things like that, they've been doing it in ways that where they like place a panel here or there, all of a sudden it looks like a throwback shoe, even though it doesn't look exactly like a throwback shoe. It's just really cool the way that they've been doing that. So whoever is over there designing their footwear, like, you've been crushing it, I just gotta say. Now what these guys offer is stuff that's very similar to the Clyde hardwood. What was I calling them in their own review? Was I calling them like the hard courts or something like that? Man, what an idiot. Anyways, these guys have very similar features. So the rubber here, it feels almost identical. It's got that's some tacky ass rubber. What I loved about this rubber compound was, one, it gripped things like nobody's business, but it also attracted dust like crazy. So I'm assuming that I'm gonna need to keep these as clean as possible when I'm on dirtier floors. And then sometimes when I toe drag, like right here, because that's the part that never really hits the floor until it does, so it doesn't usually cake up with a ton of dust. I gotta be careful, man, because I was like killing myself, where like I'd be doing something and all of a sudden my toe would drag and I'd just trip myself because it had like crazy amounts of grip in comparison to the dust covered bottoms. The traction pattern itself is interesting, much like the Clyde Court hardwood, right? Right?
It's just the Clyde hardwoods, I believe.
No, it can't be. Do we have the box somewhere?
I have my box right there. Clyde Hardwood Jr. So it's not
even the Clyde Court.
That's what I was saying.
Man, I'm just messing up all day.
That's why you kept saying Clyde Hardcourts, and we had to be like, no, it's the hardwoods.
I'm sorry, Puma, and everybody else. But anyways, the traction pattern on here is very similar to that in the sense that there's a ton of different traction patterns on there. Not that they share the same patterns. We got a mixture right here of some radial pattern, which looks amazing. I think that's gonna do really great for lateral coverages and toe offs. All of this stuff though, I'm not kind of like, I don't know about that. It looks sketchy. I would have just done this everywhere, like at least in the forefoot, and then I would have kept all that weird stuff down below. But yeah, they did something different. You got some like milk crate or cross hatching or something, I don't know. You got this pivot point, you got a reverse pivot point where it's like a dimple, more like a pimple. And this stuff looks like chain. I really hope that this works. And then the midsole itself, I don't know what it is because they didn't label it this time. I will say that it feels very similar to the hardwoods Pro Foam, but it's not caged in any way, so I don't know if it is or is not. In hand, it feels the same. I will say though, this shoe just holding it, this is heavy, mad heavy, especially in the back right here. That's a thick wedge of foam, and then this big old heel counter and stuff, which looks really cool, but when it's on foot and with my calves, I look ridiculous, okay? I look ridiculous. This is not my shoe. As far as comfort goes though, just from a try on, they felt okay. They felt very similar to the hardwood. I do think that that's a comfortable shoe. It's just that it doesn't have a ton of cushion the longer that you play and all of that, which isn't bad depending on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a high impact kind of shoe, like a lot of cushion, all that stuff, obviously shoes like this are not for you, but that's why there's a ton of options out there. That way you can actually find something that is for you that's on the market, and this just might not be that style of sneaker. That's one thing that I wish that these did do though. I wish that they really lowered that midsole height, because when you have a foam like that that's really like not great, the thicker that it is, the more you feel it.
That's what she said.
That's not what she said. Is it? Is it? It is?
Yeah.
It is. I was thinking about foam, okay? Now the materials are where they're able to really play with that old school and new school tech, where the shoe itself is just pretty much this textile build. It's a little stiff, a little canvasy feeling. I'm sure it's gonna break in really nicely. I don't think that they've used this on a previous shoe though, because this is a little bit different than what they did on that. What was that one shoe? Jalik did a review on them. It was like a white and black shoe, super forgettable model.
It looked like a boxing, wrestling type shoe, yeah?
It did, yes. Those actually don't look anywhere near as cool as these. These look fucking cool. But yeah, the materials are interesting, lightweight, all that stuff. One thing that I love though is that they keep incorporating leathers, and real leathers at that. So this stuff has really nice plush, just, I mean, that's what it is right there. This strap though, I don't know, that's like unnecessary. It's got this little tiny bungee right there. They do look better with it though, I will give it that. But yeah, this suede right here is super nice. It's so nice that when you do this to it, it flakes and stuff, because it's real. One thing I don't like though is that they keep using the skin fuse stuff in certain areas, where this area right here, I can understand that, because that's a high wear torque area and all that stuff, so you don't want that material to rip and all that, so I get that. But right here, tell me why suede or leather couldn't have been right there instead.
Because it was cheaper to put on some skin fuse.
Tell me why, other than a financial reason.
Because Andy wanted to save 5 cents.
Andy? Really? Is that his name?
I don't know.
But other than that, they look mad clean, man. Like that toe down view is super fresh. I like the profile view as well. The back view is the one part where I'm like, yo, it looks like you're hulking out of the back of the shoe and all that stuff. And I just think this is a sexy sneaker, man. I just wish they were a little lower. They remind me of the Ralph Sampson shoe.
Yes.
And I love the way that those look. So those are mad fresh. All leather, everything. If you want to see a review on that, click right there. Now, as far as sizing is concerned, I did what I did in the last model, the hardwood. And I went down half a size. So far, mildly regretting it, just off of try on, because my toe is right at the edge, okay? But my toe was at the edge on the last model too. So I believe that these are gonna break in very nicely. I'm really hoping that they do, because otherwise I'm screwed. However, I think that everybody else, Drew, Jalik, I believe they all went true to size and they prefer those sizes. So I'll let you guys know, like update and all that stuff in the performance review, whether or not going down half a size was a good idea or a bad idea.
So during All-Star Week, WearTesters put on a little event where,
in Chicago.
Yeah, where we had some guys come out and play ball, and Puma was nice enough to supply shoes for everybody, which is how I ended up with these guys.
This is our first Puma basketball shoe.
Yeah, they don't make these in my size,
yeah, this
so
tiny. She ended up with these, but these are mad fresh.
And I'd like to attest for how grippy the traction is, because I tried them on and all I did was go to take a step forward and...
Did you trip?
It like caught.
Yeah, as long as the floor is clean, like whatever this rubber is, it's incredibly grippy.
Yeah.
But it legit, it's like a, what are those things? The Swiffers?
Yeah.
They're just like attracts dust. It's that kind of rubber. It's great as long as your floor is clean, but that's the thing that is a bummer, because it will get slick.
Yeah.
The more dust that gets caked up on there, so you kind of gotta constantly like wipe it and all that stuff. But this shoe right here is super sexy. Like this is just, what, is that a bad way to say it?
No.
It's for a sneaker, okay? It doesn't have like...
You just make me and my dad laugh anytime that's
What?
how you just...
Why?
Just cause.
Something that looks so good can be described as sexy, right?
No, and that's fine. And I think that's something that Puma should really give themselves a pat on the back for.
Just like your Segway?
No,
that's fine. Moving on. Like, damn, way to cut me down right there.
No, I'm building them up and you up, because it shows...
No, I feel very little right now.
Oh.
No, it's not a joke. It's not like don't do that. That makes it worse. Okay?
No, because I was gonna say, for somebody who loves leathers, Puma's doing such a great job in a way where you don't have to have an all leather build to make somebody like you happy. Correct.
This is what we want. This is what we've been wanting. Just a little bit of leather here and there, a little bit of nice suede. This is what I've been saying with the Jordan brand stuff. It's like, I get it, like the synthetics work, that's cool. I'm not gonna knock you too hard for that. The problem though is that the retail prices are $180. This is $120, $130? But I know that they're not anywhere near compare the price of, and I get it, they're not on the same status level. That's like comparing like a rec ball player to an Olympic athlete or whatever. Like, it's not the same. But when you're just talking about product and you're comparing apples to apples, which are shoes and shoes,
yeah,
your dollar value goes a little bit longer with something like this, if you value what your money is giving you. However, what you do get in return with a different brand's product is a little bit more tech. And that's where this brand needs to up their game a little bit. You need to invest in some R&D on some really proper foam, because that's the one thing that you guys have been lacking on right now. Is the foam is fucking dense. Like, why did you wrap it? There's no need for that, because it just makes it heavier and denser feeling. You got to do something with the tech side, because you're really killing it with the material side and the visual side. So you got one thing left. I love what Puma's doing, but this is the 5th model, whatever it is.
And the thing is, they can do good things with their cushion, because like we were saying, I have a lot of the lifestyle.
Yes, and they use their fuel cell.
Yeah, that liquid cell stuff.
The gel cushions.
Yes, and those stuff are super comfortable.
Well, I also think that that's from the insoles.
Right, but I have like those great insoles, like in different kinds, and...
No, I know, they're not quite as comfortable. So I know that they could do it. The problem is that you're not, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, you guys want to feel underfoot something special, and Puma just doesn't have that special feeling underfoot just yet, and they really need to work on that. Instead of acquiring players, you guys gotta acquire some tech. This is what's gonna sell your shoe more than some face. That's just my thoughts, but I wonder what you guys think. Do you guys agree? Do you disagree? Do you think that athletes and faces are going to sell this no matter what? I don't think that you know, because you don't care. Like, you sit here and be like, Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? And like, but like, guys my age were growing up being like, oh my God, Michael Jordan. So, you know what I mean? Yeah. So like, you don't really get it, you know? So like, I don't think that she's like the best representative. She's just the average, like, walking to the shoe store being like, oh, those are cute. But as far as like faces and stuff, you guys are all in the same kind of category as me.
Well, it's not that they have to be more than just cute. They have to be comfortable, and I have to be able to get them on my feet.
But those are all average consumer things.
I know, but you're right. Like, a face isn't gonna sell something to me.
Correct.
A face might make me go in and
be intrigued by it.
But if the other stuff doesn't work, then I'm gonna pass.
That's exactly what I'm saying, though, is that the face of the brand or whatever is only gonna do so much.
Yeah. And
so like, you get into the store and say like, whoever your favorite guy is wearing this or whatever, and then you try it on and you're like, oh my gosh, this is a brick. It's a brick. Are you gonna still buy it?
No.
Most people will not. But sound off below. Let us know what you guys think about these, as well as their past models over the past, 2 years? They've been doing some good stuff for being back into the basketball market, but have they done enough? Sound off below. Let us know. You know, we'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and all that stuff. We greatly appreciate everybody tuning in and supporting the channel. Every single day, the numbers are going wild.
I know.
And all that stuff. I don't know what's going on. It definitely is not you. So,
maybe just a little bit.
I don't know. But we'll see what happens. But thank you so much again. And until next time, guys, have a good one.